Next is the feature, acceptance sampling. Acceptance sampling is a statistical method used in quality control to determine whether a batch of products meets specified standards. The basis for acceptance sampling is two charts, a code letter chart and a sampling plan for normal inspection, also called the master chart. In the code letter chart, you find a code letter based on the size of the lot you are about to inspect. In this example, you find code letter G for a lot size between 151 and 280, with using General Inspection Level 2. In the chart for single sampling plan for normal inspection, you can use the code letter to find the acceptable quality levels for defects. You typically categorize defects into critical, major, and minor defects. In this example, the AQL level for critical defects is 0.1. For major defects 0.65, and for minor defects 2.5. Starting with code letter G, you can see that in the column for AQL level 0.1 there is an arrow down to the row with code letter K. To test for critical defects, you therefore need to use the sample size for code letter K, which is 125. You can also see that no defects are accepted for the batch to pass the test. For major defects, you again start with code letter G and move to the column for AQL level 0.65. Here you see an arrow up to row F. For major defects, you need a sample size of 20 and no defects are accepted for the batch to pass. For minor defects, you use code letter G to go to the column with AQL level 2.5, and here you see that 2 defects are accepted for the batch size of 32. If you find 3 defects or more, then the batch fails. Let's explore how acceptance sampling is configured and used in supply chain management. You can start the configuration by creating a new sampling chart. The sampling chart needs the following supporting data: inspection levels, AQL indexes, and lot size ranges. You can create these reference data in dedicated forms, but to simplify the setup, you can load a template that automatically builds the reference data needed and the sampling chart. After loading the template, you can open the sampling size code letter chart and verify the values loaded from the template. From the menu of the acceptance sampling chart, you can also open the acceptable quality limit chart. You have the flexibility to make adjustments to these charts, including changing the acceptance and rejection numbers and repositioning the arrows to better suit your specific quality control requirements. Define the defect types that are the types used for the tests. These are categorized with values critical, major, and minor. Now go to the page for defining tests for quality orders. Here you associate the defect types to the tests you want to use for acceptance sampling. Then create a test group that has the tests defined for acceptance sampling. In this example, tests for critical, major, and minor defects. Create an item sampling defined for acceptance sampling. Indicate that you want to use an acceptance sampling chart, in this case of type single. In the Acceptance Sampling Fast tab, you select the name of the chart you want to use, inspection level, and the indexes for critical, major, and minor defects. Create a quality association that utilizes the test group and item sampling defined for acceptance sampling. In this example, a quality order for acceptance sampling will be automatically generated during the registration of a purchase order for product RM20. Create a purchase order for 100,000 pieces for RM20. Make a registration for 200 pieces and confirm that a quality order was automatically generated. Open the quality order and notice the 3 tests for critical, major, and minor defects. Notice that the order is created for 125 pieces. Select the Acceptance Sampling tab to see the details of the tests. Here you have an overview of the sample sizes for each test and their acceptable quality limit indexes. In the Quick Result Entry page that you can open from the quality order, you can enter the number of defects found during testing for each category. It is indicated that the test is failing if the entered number of defects is above the acceptance target. After completing the entry of the test results, the quality order is validated as passed or failed. From the menu, you can print out a test report that includes the number of defects found for each category, their thresholds, and a clear indication of whether the lot passed or failed the acceptance sampling inspection. That wraps up the walkthrough of the acceptance sampling feature. Acceptance sampling in supply chain management provides Statistical sampling capability. Determine sample sizes and accept and reject thresholds based on AQL charts and lot sizes. Sampling charts. Create or import your own sampling charts and link them directly to item sampling. Integration with existing quality processes. Works seamlessly with test groups, quality associations, and flexible sampling. Automated quality order outcomes. Sample size, and allowable defects automatically drive test quantity and pass and fail logic. Test report printout. Print detailed sampling-based test reports directly from the quality order for documentation and compliance. Try it out with your own sampling charts and inspection setups to see how acceptance sampling can streamline inspections while maintaining high-quality standards. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more updates.